Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome to another Thursday at 5:55 or 2:55 or 1:55 or wherever you are in the world. But welcome and thank you all for being here as per usual. A special thank you and welcome to all of my members. Just a reminder that only my members are able to live chat for this live video. But as I recently discovered, everyone else is able to comment after the video is uploaded, and also everyone else is able to super chat. So that's pretty cool. Today we're talking about a concept that I honestly don't talk about enough, and it's the concept of ignorance and how important it is for us to all kind of realize that ignorance is actually a superpower. And ignorance, in one perspective, is actually more important than knowledge. And so we're going to talk about that today. I think this is a really important concept, especially at this time when I feel all of us are so hungry for information. We are craving more and more and more, and ultimately that can actually be quite disempowering for ourselves. Hi, Elizabeth. I love your name. Thank you so much for that super chat. Speaking of super chats, guys, if you resonate with this information, feel free to super chat throughout the live video, especially if this resonates with you. And if not, you can go ahead and donate. And there should be a donation button posted below after the live video is uploaded. I also want to let all of you know that I recently, just today, spent a couple of hours building new playlists. So if you're interested in like chilling out and binge watching me for a night or whatever, check out my new playlists on YouTube, which is pretty cool. Which is also kind of a contradiction because I said stop doing knowledge and research because it's disempowering, but also check out my playlists. So it's up to you. Everything in balance, right? Also, yeah, members. Thank you all to all of my members for being a member. Especially I see a couple of new memberships this past week, so super appreciate all of you guys. If you want to be a member, it's just $10 every month. You can't go wrong with that. And then also, if you want more of a personal, private, one-on-one channeling session, definitely check out my group sessions. Right now, I'm gearing up to fly over to Laughlin, Nevada for probably the biggest conference that I'm going to be a part of all year. And that means that the very next group session isn't going to be until March 1st. All right. But you can sign up for that group session right now. A limited spots available, just 8 spots, but I think we only have maybe 5 or 6 left. Okay, so keep that in mind. Other than that, today, a little overview. We're going to talk about curiosity as an obsession. We're going to talk about my own misconceptions within ignorance and knowledge. I'm going to talk about knowledge as power, but also ignorance as bliss. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about being a student. What else did I want to say? I'm trying to keep my live videos a little bit shorter. So instead of having hour-long live videos, I'm hoping to kind of get it to 20 to 30 minutes. I think that it's a little bit more consumable than a full hour. I think that's maybe a little bit, much for most people, and including myself too. Now that I'm producing more content, I want to produce short content. The other thing too is I just started a TikTok page. Half of me is like, ew, and then the other half of me is like, I kind of have to. So if you're on TikTok, please check me out. And my name on TikTok, all of the Elizabeth Aprils were taken by the time that I got there. So right now my name on TikTok is Psychic Elizabeth April. So definitely check me out on TikTok. I'm just honestly uploading like really fun videos. So like whether it be handstand videos or motorcycle videos or like even just funny comedy videos, check it out. So it's a little bit different than both Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So anyway, so add me on TikTok. All right, let's get into it, guys. Let's deep dive. I do want to say, too, that if you've been super exhausted, if you've been super tired recently, that's okay. We are all processing the new vibration and the new information that's coming to this planet right now at this time. Okay, so please be aware that it's okay to take naps. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to do nothing. Don't feel guilty for doing nothing. And if you haven't already, definitely check out my Instagram. And if you resonate with posts that I'm posting on Instagram, especially things like being exhausted, feel free to repost me and tag me, and I will repost you. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is curiosity as an obsession. It's no surprise that all of you, myself included, have all gone through. Oh, thank you so much, Corinne. As per usual, you are so incredible. You're such a beautiful fan of mine. Thank you for that super chat. Yeah, so all of you, myself included, have all gone through this phase, this period in your life where you are so curious about all the information that you create an obsession around your curiosity. I'm not blaming you because I've been there too. But I also want to say there is a downfall to being so curious. So it's great to be curious, but basically where that leads you, there's kind of two parts of this. Either you stay in the curiosity zone and you actually get stuck in just perpetually seeking out knowledge and information, or you move on from the curiosity zone, you feel like you have the knowledge that you need or that you're looking for, and then you do a full stop with the knowledge that you have, and you actually don't progress forward, and you just feel like you know everything that you should or need to know. So there's two ends of the extreme of this. One is getting stuck, being perpetually curious and perpetually seeking out external knowledge. And then the other is you feel like you have all the knowledge, so you dead stop right there, and you actually limit yourself from taking on any more knowledge or information. Obviously, these are two ends of the extreme, and what you need to find is a balance between having knowledge and information and continuing to be curious, and ultimately the best place that you can be in with understanding information and knowledge is going within, right? That's the best place that you can be in. At the point where you're kind of relaxed about seeking out knowledge, and you know that the best place to seek out knowledge and information is within yourself. I've said this before, but I will say it again. You are your own best teacher, not me or Phil Good or Teal Swan or Bridget Nielsen or really, I don't know who else is out there, but anyone else, right? No one else can tell you what you know. We can just remind you of the knowledge and the information within yourself. So be aware of the curiosity that you have and be aware of the hunt for information, because ultimately that can be very disempowering for you to constantly be seeking out information. The other thing that I find that's also disempowering that I find in a lot of my clients is constantly going to more workshops and more school and more training programs and more of this and that. And so I'll have clients all the time tell me, you know, last year I went to Bali for a seminar and I learned from this guru, and then this year I'm going to Costa Rica and I'm learning from this other teacher, and I'm getting this certificate and I've gotten that certificate, and I've gotten basically every certificate you could possibly imagine, you know, under the sun. And then I'm doing this new course, and I'm going to this, metaphysical school, and it's online, and, you know, it costs a lot of money, but I'm doing it anyway. It's like, why? You know, and I tell my clients all the time, I'm like, are you ready for me to give you permission to save you a ton of time and money to just stop? Stop the courses, stop the certificates, stop the traveling. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to do anything to receive knowledge and information. Ultimately, the best thing, the privilege that all of us have, and I know that all of you have this privilege because you're watching me right now, we have the privilege of being online. We have this thing called the internet. It has everything that you could ever possibly want to know. So why are you limiting yourself? Like, say, for example, you're like, you know what? I want to be a psychic medium. Like, I want to be able to tap into, ghosts and spirits and people who have crossed over. Fantastic, great. Okay, so I'm going to take a $30,000 course over the next 3 years to be a medium. Oh my God. No, no, don't do that. And I'm not against external knowledge and research. Like, I'm definitely for it. Like, go for it. And there's limits to everything. But ultimately, if you were to dedicate yourself for the next 3 years to one modality, to one indoctrination, you're limiting your potential for knowledge and understanding for everything moving forward, if that makes sense. Okay? You're limiting your own reach for knowledge and information. If you were to say, you know what, I want to study, I don't have money or I don't want to spend money on a course, which I don't blame you, and I want to know a little bit about everything. So I'm going to dedicate an hour every day to external knowledge and research. Then you go online, you don't know what you're looking for, but you're open to receive from the universe. All of a sudden, you're learning about black holes, and you're learning about quantum physics, and you're learning about simultaneous time, and you're learning about, crossing spirits over, and you're learning about all this stuff that you wouldn't have necessarily signed up for, and you're more in a free flow of information, if that makes sense, right? So I don't want to say like, don't do any external knowledge and research or don't do any courses, but really be aware that right now we're getting away from the linear. We're getting away from it, right? So I even have an online program and an online course that I haven't really been pushing or even putting a lot of work towards, but it's all done. And my online course, it's not just one thing. It teaches you about everything, not everything, but, spiritual awakening, ascension symptoms, your emotions, quantum physics, vibrational frequency, aliens. Like, it teaches you about everything. We're moving into a fifth dimensional vibration. And for you to decide that you're only going to do this one thing, you're going to feel limited. You're going to hold yourself back within that. Okay? So the more you search, in a way, the more you lack within yourself, because you are constantly reassuring yourself that you don't have that knowledge and information within yourself, so you need to seek elsewhere for it. Does that make sense? Super important, guys. Personally, I've done past life regressions, I've done mediumship work, I've done psychic work, I've astral traveled, lucid dreamed, I've, remote viewed, I've, had telepathic communications with extraterrestrial beings. I've never, ever, ever taken a course on what I can do. Never. And I believe that I've excelled 10 times faster than if I were in a course, Getting knowledge and information from someone else is kind of like nails on a chalkboard. It's really tough for me. Honestly, it's actually tough for me to watch my own content. It's like, ooh, like I get that ew feeling, It's tough. Anyway, let's see here. Thank you so much, Heidi. Awesome. Okay, you were just thinking about this concept of ignorance and knowledge and where's the balance. Thank you, Heidi, as always, for that beautiful super chat. I love it. You are also such a great supporter of mine. And so is Cece too. I mean, Cece just gave me a really beautiful Valentine's Day donation online. So thank you. Just a shout out to you, Cece. Thank you for that. And then I love it because Cece gave me a really nice donation, and then you're like, oh, buy some chocolate for Valentine's Day. I'm like, man, I love chocolate, whether it be dark chocolate or orange chocolate or, cacao nibs. I'm all about the chocolate. So, but I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. And then my wife is like, but why? And I don't believe that you have to have a day to show your love for someone. Why can't you show your love every day, all day for someone, right? Why do you need Valentine's Day? So I don't really believe in that, just like I don't really believe in Christmas, but I love getting family together, right? So I don't know. Hi, Sue. And hello to all my members. Thank you for being here, guys. And hello to everyone else too. And hopefully you'll be a member one day. Okay, so I want to just talk about my own misconception and searching. So you have to understand the type of person that I am. I am, first of all, I look very divine feminine, but I am definitely very divine masculine. I like to think about myself as like this badass motorcycle chick warrior. That's what I, like to think of myself. My alter ego in a sense. So I also have, because I'm this divine masculine, I am all about knowledge. And the research that I do is, within the cosmos, right? So for so long, I have tried to be perfect within the knowledge that I have. So I'm basically the saying of jack of all trades, master of none, describes me to a T. Right? So I know a lot about a lot of things, but I'm not necessarily a master at quantum physics. I'm not a master at aliens and abductions. I'm not a master at spiritual awakening. I'm not really a master at one thing, and I like it that way. But I've always had this drive to have all the knowledge and information and to be perfect within that knowledge and information. Of course, perfect within my own mind. But in my mind, knowledge has always been power. And not that I'm seeking out power, but knowledge has always been freedom for me. The more you know, the more free you are, right? And I still believe that to this day, especially within this, illusionary matrix system. Knowledge is freedom. The more you know about the matrix, the more you can liberate yourself out of it. I truly still believe that. However, recently I've been playing with this concept. Hi, Holly, and Corinne. I've been playing with this concept of ignorance, and it's beautiful because my wife, she's so aloof. She's just so beautifully aloof, and she is very divine feminine, even though her outer appearance is very divine masculine. And so she just kind of has this I don't give a fuck mentality. She's brilliant, but she just doesn't really pay attention to a whole lot. And I'm like extra paying attention to everything. And so I'm learning a lot from her. And I learned recently that ignorance is power as well. Okay, and I want to explain this concept. So when you think that you have a lot of knowledge, you're actually limiting yourself from the knowledge that you could gain. That makes sense, okay? It's like kind of like that know-it-all mentality. Like, oh, I'm already there. I already know that. I don't need to know anything more about that. And so I have a bit of that mentality for sure. And then ignorance, in a way, especially when you can admit your own ignorance, that's vulnerability. And it took me years, especially in conversation and especially in interviews, because I used to have a lot of interviews. I used to really never want to admit that I didn't know something, right? So if someone asked me about Anunnaki or the cosmos or quantum physics or whatever, and I always come up with some sort of example or some sort of understanding, even if it's a slight knowledge that I have. But really, that's quite disempowering. The fact that I'm so attached to having all the information that I can't admit when I don't have it. That's not a good place to be in, especially as a teacher, right? So the best place that I've realized recently is that ignorance through vulnerability is actually more powerful than knowledge itself. And I'm going to repeat that. I've got a beautiful crow in the background. I don't know if you guys hear that. What does the crow represent? I think death and rebirth, right? I'm talking about being vulnerable and being ignorant, and I've got this beautiful crow in the background. So once again, ignorance through vulnerability is more powerful than knowledge. Okay? So, this is a really good quote, and I believe this is kind of a summary of Aristotle. I had to look this up because I figured someone had said this in the past. And the quote is, "The more you think you know, the more you don't know." And I really deeply resonate with that. The more you think you know, the more you don't know at all, right? And that's powerful. That's powerful. So, in being in a student position, then you are always open to learning more. Okay? Ah, crow's the guardian between veils. Ooh, I love that. I feel that. I feel that for sure. I believe that being a master within this reality means that you're able to balance between both polarity. Being a master doesn't just mean I'm a master of light or I'm a master of darkness. It means that you are a master because you are able to dabble in both, but not get caught up in either one. You're able to dabble in ignorance, you're able to dabble in knowledge, but you're not attached or fully connected or fully committed to either state. That's being a master. Okay, so this is what I wrote down too. I said, the perpetual state of being a student equals the perpetual state of learning. So I always find that the best teacher is one who can admit that they're also a student, right? So the perpetual state of being a student equals the perpetual state of learning. If you're always open to being a student, but also being aware that you're not a student of any human on this planet. I don't care if you're like, oh, but I really resonate with Deepak Chopra. Fantastic, you resonate with him for the moment at this time in your life, but you're not a student of him, and none of you are students of me, right? I'm a student to the universe, and I'm a teacher of its knowledge, and I believe that each and every one of you are also students of the universe and teachers of its knowledge. You just maybe haven't fully stepped into the power of being that teacher. And the only thing that's separating you from where you are now to being a teacher is your belief within yourself. You don't need more information. You don't need more courses. You don't need validation from me or anyone else to say you're good enough to help others. Because ultimately all of you know that that's why you're here on this planet. And of course, not getting caught up in the role of helping others and then all of a sudden you're not helping yourself. Having that divine balance between helping and assisting others and finding that fulfillment, and then helping and assisting yourself as a human. Because I believe that humans are a master race. And I believe that we are a master race because we are the divine binary between the light and the dark, the service to self and service to others. You have to find that balance. It's never going to be one thing definitively or another. Never. Okay? Okay, and I want to bring it back to my purpose, okay? My purpose on this planet, my purpose, is to remind each and every one of you the knowledge, the information that you already have. I'm just reminding you of what you already know. I'm never, ever telling you anything new. And that's why I can be in a deep resonance with some of you, and I can also be in a very deep trigger with others of you as well. Because I'm triggering that attachment to a belief that you maybe had that is actually suppressing and covering up the truth within yourself. By living my truth, I can help all of you live your truth by understanding your own power. If you think I'm powerful, just understand that I am simply a mere reflection of each and every one of you. Whatever I can do, you all can do as well. And that's powerful. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about anxiety and depression and what that means with ignorance. Okay. Hi, Kirby. But before I do that, once again, guys, if you're interested in group sessions, check it out. If you're interested in memberships, sign up. And to all of you, as always, thank you for your super chats. Thank you for your support. It really means a lot to me. Super incredible. I'm just so blessed to be doing what I'm doing here and to help other spiritual light workers step into their power to also be teachers. I feel like I'm a teacher of teachers. I'm not a teacher of students. You guys are all masters, and I'm so excited that we've connected at this time in your life as well. So let's talk about anxiety and depression. I believe that anxiety and depression come from the fear of not knowing, right? So that's why ignorance, this concept of ignorance, has been so fully ingrained in each and every one of us as a negative thing. The ultimate fear in this reality is not knowing, the fear of the unknown. So once again, it's this balance of understanding that ignorance can be a really divine, powerful, beautiful thing. If you can admit part of your ignorance, then you can stay vulnerable and humble. But if you can also admit your power, then you can stay connected to pure infinite source. Understand that you're not here on this planet alone, that you've got an entire army of spiritual beings and myself backing you every step of the way. And that being said, guys, I'm off. I'm practicing for my conference. I'm flying out in about 2 days. I hope you guys, if you have some time in your meditation, send me some good healing vibes, because my wife has been sick all week and I'm trying to take care of her but also avoid her. So please send me some healing vibes so I stay nice and good vibes for the conference. And other than that, I just want to say too, one last comment is, I got this comment on YouTube, and I'll say that 99% of the comments that all of you have, even the haters, are really positive comments. And even hater comments are really awesome because it helps me grow and learn. But I was a little shocked to see this comment that said homosexuality weakens nations. And then when I posted it on the community page on my YouTube, I had a bunch of people supporting that comment. And then some guy said, yeah, this guy is right. Homosexuality does weaken the population. It's like, how does loving another human being weaken a population? And if you're talking about the fact that 2 men or 2 women together can't make a baby, talk about the amount of children out there who need homes, who need to be adopted. There are more than enough children to go around. So I was a little shocked to see how much support there was in this comment that literally made no sense at all. If anything, negativity weakens nations. Love for someone without fear, without judgment, without obligation, that strengthens nations. I know that I was about to get married to a guy and do the thing that I was supposed to do, right? And apparently strengthen the nation by marrying a guy. And I was only doing that through obligation because I felt like society told me I needed to do that. Right now, I'm living my authentic truth. And I believe that if everyone on this planet could say fuck it to all of these social norms that encapsulate us, if we can all do that, we are going to strengthen the nation tenfold. And regardless of gay, straight, bi, whatever, right? Curious, I don't know, right? Regardless of that, you need to support being different. That's all it means. Being different and admitting that you believe in aliens and living your authentic truth, that strengthens a nation. Once again, living your authentic truth, no matter what that truth is. If you're a cat person or a dog person, and you live that authentic truth, that's going to strengthen the entire community, the entire population of the world. So I was just a little bit disappointed to have fans of mine really agree with something that actually goes against my belief system or my teachings as a whole. So, but it's okay. Everyone's kind of at their own level of awareness and vibration, but check out those comments and let me know what you think in the comments below, because ultimately I feel stronger and more powerful and more in love and more freaking authentic and aligned and balanced and grounded than ever before, because I'm standing in my power. So what about you guys? What do you think? As always, thank you so much. Keep up the good work. I will be completely MIA all next week. I'll be at the Laughlin Mega UFO Conference. I've got 2 hour-long lectures. I'm super excited. Hopefully I see some of you there. And if not, I will definitely try and hop on Instagram. So check out Instagram. Check out my TikTok as well. Psychic Elizabeth April on TikTok, elizabeth.april on Instagram. And hopefully I will hop on a little live video as well, if not on YouTube, on Instagram, during the conference to let you guys check it all out. Bye, until next time.